Yo guys, Master Mark out here, and welcome back to another episode of Coffee Talk. Like, I've been thinking about it before, and I never really gave too much in-depth thought on exactly what I look like as a person. Now, I know I'm probably human by what my hand is, so I'm not sure exactly what race I technically am. Not race as in human, because I'm probably like Spanish or maybe a mix between African American and some kind of Caucasian for this. You know what would be cool? You know what would be really cool? Although, God, the game would be so tough to imagine actually doing that. Imagine if your computer had photo capabilities of like a video camera. Like, say you're working on a laptop or you have a webcam. It would be cool if you had something similar to the Wii with Mii's, where you could take a picture of your own face and make it into a pixel art version that would go and fit onto your head as a barista. It also, you know, of course, take your like skin tone and color and match it with the rest of the body, just like a hue dye system kind of thing between multiple different presets. And it'd be really cool if you could set that up to be specifically that way. And seeing as you don't technically see, you know, the barista's actual hands or, you know, face or anything, any of the features, there's no hair or anything like that, you can't really tell if it's a boy or girl technically. And since you get to name them, you really don't get to tell if it's a boy or girl. So that's what I'm wondering. One, what is that behind the counter? Because that's an oddly square looking face. Doesn't look like that of a person that much. It looks like maybe, just maybe, I'm a robot. Though, I honestly haven't seen any actual footage of what I look like, because God, that's going to be a good surprise. That's why the games that I really like, I never watch an actual walkthrough or playthrough of it. Like, that just ruins it for me. I'd rather experience it myself. Wait a minute. Hold up. The Evening Whisper is with the people for stricter gun laws. I don't think Freya would agree to that. New healthier fury sedative might be available sooner. That'd be good. Action video game Rising Hell blamed for violence in school. I don't know if that was pre-generated or not, but that's a game. That is a freaking game on Steam, isn't it? Pretty sure that's a game. Yeah, Rising Hell is a game. One I own, in fact, so it could be that this thing goes through your own... Ooh, I'd look... Dang it! As soon as I just said I don't want to see other people's playthroughs, now I want to check other people's playthroughs, look at the beginning of this day, and then see how they handle this. Because that has me thinking, is there a heavy coincidence, or does Toge Productions also make that game, which they just made that game and shows for that game to be there? Or is it the third option, they take your Steam library, scan it for game titles, and put a random game that you have there? Also, it'd be hilarious if the third option is true, and if Coffee Talk is the only game in your library, what if it says Action Video Game Coffee Talk blamed for violence in school? Oh, that would be cool! Oh, dang it, now you're gonna make me look up the gameplay! Ah, I didn't want to! Oh! Welcome. Oh? Elfman! Good evening, Mr. Baileys. Evening. Am I the first customer tonight? You are. That's new. Nice surprise? Freya's not here? But she's coming later tonight. Got something to do with meeting some fellow writer friends. Why not do it here? Their favorite place, right? Well, because we only have a certain amount of sprites for each of the people, and we don't want their folks. Her friends have visited this place from time to time, just not as much as her. Writers' gatherings, huh? I wonder what writers talk about when they're hanging out. Known them for some years now. She has this habit, you know. You said they're friends? It means they're just hanging out normally. But if she said we're writer friends, they're probably talking about work. Either giving each other feedback on their latest drafts, or sharing and validating ideas. Interesting. They even use code words for meeting up. Oh, it's not like that. She doesn't even realize what she says. I just picked up on it. That's even more interesting. Wow, I've never seen you with like a straight face like that. What the heck? Are you always so observant? Part of the job. And why is that? People come here every day. Some of them aren't as talkative as others, but their body language can be loud and pretty clear. I can tell a lot of things, whether they need a friendly ear or just want to be alone. It applies to what they're ordering as well, because, you know, sometimes what people want is not what they need. Oh, shut up. Oh, shut up. Oh, shut up. No. No, 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 no. No, don't you dare. Don't you dare tell me that right now. Don't you dare tell me that right now. Hold up. Don't you tell me that I either A, have missed an opportunity in which to give them a drink where they needed it more than they actually wanted it, and it's not something that they wanted, or B, don't tell me that there's going to be a future thing where I'm going to have to decide what the person wants versus what the person needs and give them something different. Oh no! Oh, that's going to suck. Oh, that's going to suck. No, wait. Oh, no, 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 game. Don't do that to me. That's deeper than I would have thought. So, what are you reading for me now? Speaking of, who's writing these? Oh! 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 Huh. That's surprising. I can't really say that's the thing people write in advance by the few journalists that I do know. I can't really say it's probably written in advance, so I'm like, yeah, of course it'd still be by Freya. Like, she submitted it weeks ago or some shit. Like, no, that's probably not it, to be honest. That's probably not it at all. She probably is still working there, or maybe they're quitting today after having promised some amount of time before she actually needs to leave. Who knows? But maybe she still has her job. I'm surprised, though. I figured it'd be a different writer. Man, it would be good, though, if, like, the last day she does get it, it's a different writer, or after tomorrow it is an actual different writer. That'd be something to spice it up. Ooh, it'd be even better. Although this would kind of deplete, like, a resource, like, day to give short stories, so it'd only be however many days there are in this game, minus one actual good short stories, but then do one that's, like, bad. And that's, like, not written by her. Like, put in a new writer, and then have the short story, and then have one that's, like, bad, and the message is, like, unclear. Though, not necessarily all the messages for this one are clear. So, happily ever after, ever after, ever after. Part 1. Do I want to grow old with you? No, I don't want to do that. I want to be with you. Here in the moment, stuck in eternal limbo, in an infinite loop of this exact hour, forever. Hell yeah, I do. Probably last time Romeo remembers having a really meaningful conversation with Juliet. But let's not get too far ahead of ourselves, dear readers. It's like any other story, this one is the beginning. It begins with an introduction. Romeo, young man of 20, comes from a quiet conservation, but not yet out-of-touch family. In other words, they're just like almost every other family in the world. Hates the name his parents gave him, and he hates it even more knowing that his life is so far from fulfilling all the cliches of his fictional namesake. Falling in love with a girl named Juliet, really just the icing on the cliched cake. Juliet is a young woman of 20, also comes from a quiet, conservative, but not yet out-of-touch family. In other words, they're also just like almost every other family in the world. Loves her name the parents gave her, although she hates the fact that her life is far from fulfilling half the cliches of her fictional namesake. Falling in love with a boy named Romeo is unfortunate, but she has no plans to die stupidly over it. Both of them study at the same university, definitely not the type of people who naturally choose to be friends. Fate, however, in the form of a hip, young lecturer with an over-enthusiasm for assigning group projects and an unfortunate sense of humor, is what brings them together. A simple group assignment is what introduces our young Romeo and Juliet to each other. Even after the first fated meeting, and the many, many more meetings required to finish the assignment, no sign that Romeo means anything more to Juliet than a friendly acquaintance she spent a lot of time in the library with. Nor, honestly, does she mean that much more to him. In fact, after she made an ill-judged joke about the literary elephant in the room, it probably means significantly less. But as time goes on, and as the group assignment keeps coming without lecturer, ever assigning new partners, Romeo and Juliet become closer. Both begin to see things in the other that they hadn't noticed before. Though for Romeo, the fact is rather frightening. How could I fall for somebody like her? And name Juliet, no less? Can't accept it. Man's just playing tricks on me. Again and again, round and round. Thoughts chase themselves wherever he sees her. Today's Monday. Romeo has a class he needs to attend. However, something's different. Normally a relatively anxious fellow, finds going to class requires a lot of willpower. Today, however, finds himself hurrying to get there. He knows why, of course, but he refuses to admit it himself quite yet. First thing Romeo does when he opens the door is look at a specific table. The table where Juliet always sits. To his unacknowledged disappointment, the table's empty. Fuck, mutters Romeo under his breath. Doesn't curse because Juliet's not here, of course. Rather, curses because noticing this was the first thing he did upon entering the room. After sitting in his usual place, Romeo reopens his book and begins reading. Every time someone opens a door, he turns immediately look and quietly whispers a curse. Again, not cursing because he's disappointed it's not Juliet who enters, cursing because he turned to look. 2 minutes before class begins, Juliet finally arrives, announcing herself and her friend with a braying laugh as she does so. Sound used to be one of the most annoying things in the world, as far as Romeo was concerned, but today brings a small smile to his face. Fuck! Where's Romeo again after he realized he just smiled at that sound? Romeo in love? He probably is, but he doesn't want to admit that. Falling in love with Juliet is dangerous. Extremely dangerous. Come from completely different backgrounds. They have completely different skin colors. They worship different gods. No problem with interracial relationships, but of course, he doesn't. Oh, he has no problem with interracial relationships. Of course he doesn't. But he never expected it to happen to him. Simply will not do. I need to talk to you. I need to talk to you. Romeo looks up. Juliet's standing over his table. Jaw is set, but her eyes are worried, and he completely forgets all about his own problems. What's up? Can you keep a secret? It's really important. Sure, I guess I can. Good enough, because I really need someone to talk to. So, Juliet sits down and begins telling her story to Romeo. Talks about the problems she's been facing over the past few months, how they affect her study, and about how he's not the first person she talked to about this. On and on, Romeo listens to every word. Eventually, Juliet stops talking and sits quietly. Romeo thinks that she looks somehow lighter than she did before she began talking, and doesn't know how to react to what she told him. Tries giving her some advice, really stupid advice. He thinks as soon as he said it, but he believes it's probably much better than just listening and nodding and watching her walk away. He doesn't think he wants her to walk away from him. Thinks about this. One thing is for sure, Juliet trusts Romeo as a friend. They've shared a secret now, even though Juliet has shared the same secret with others before him. It still makes Romeo happy. So damn happy. How pathetic am I? Being happy because someone I like came and told me she's not? Romeo thinks and shakes his head like a dog shaking off water. Oof. I feel like that's kind of a controversial thing there. Being elated that someone else is sad with their own life. No idea how to really explain that, honestly. But, hey, I mean, the reason you should be happy is because it means you get to turn that person's life around yourself. After sharing everything she had wanted to share, Juliet starts talking about lighter topics. Soon, they're joking freely. Dark mood of earlier is completely dissipated. As before Juliet leaves, Romeo asks her something. Why'd you tell me all that? Well, I don't really know. I think I could trust you, and you're one of the rare few people who could talk to people directly without sugarcoating everything. It's refreshing, she shrugs. I guess that's why. Juliet said it's true, but Romeo finds it amusing that, even though he normally speaks directly to everyone he knows, he can't do that with Juliet. Not himself when she's around, or so he believes. After that conversation, Romeo falls even more helplessly in love with Juliet. It's stupid, he thinks, as someone who rarely falls so hard for anyone, but Juliet is driving him crazy. The fact that she makes him feel the closest thing to love he's felt in years. Yet a big wall of cultures, norms, and other societal traditions stand between them. Hurts him even more. That is, of course, if Juliet is even into him anyways. As weeks go by, Juliet and Romeo become closer. Start telling each other stories more and more often, but all these stories are limited to their courses, friends, and anything at all besides their feelings for each other. She's not into me, she's just an extrovert, friendly with everyone, Romeo keeps thinking. And it's when he thinks about that suddenly Juliet comes and sits at his table. So you said you want to tell me something? It's true. He has already sent a message to Juliet, telling her he wanted to talk about something. Oh, wow, diving straight in. It's, nothing all that important, actually, says Romeo. Come on, it's not like you to be so indirect about things. What's wrong with you, boyo? Romeo actually called Juliet to talk about her attitude recently. She's been weird. At least in Romeo's eyes, it feels like she's getting further away, removing herself from many student activities she'd usually partake in. Juliet answers all his questions, all his thoughts and concerns about how she seemed to be removing herself from all other side activities she managed to shrug off or easily explain. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm obsessing over every single thing she does, thinks Romeo, while a pit opens up in his gut at the thought. Is that all? Anything else you want to say? Questions him. Fair is fair, after all. Do you know that I used to like you? Words come out from Romeo's mouth out of the blue. He's horrified, as he recognizes that it's a lie. He still likes her now. Doesn't even know why he decided to confess his feelings right at this random moment. Never mind why he confessed with half a lie. It wasn't planned at all. But when he heard Juliet say anything else, well, it's definitely one thing Romeo has been planning to say to Juliet for the last few thousand eons, or as normal humans measure time, since around 8 months ago. Juliet shows a flash of surprise and then says, No, I had no idea at all. Why? Why what? Why do you like me? Or did you like me? I mean, there must be a reason. No, of course there is. Romeo opens his mouth to tell her and pauses. Blinks slowly and closes his mouth again. Or not. I don't know. I think there is, but I'm not sure why. I'm sorry. I'm talking gibberish. Juliet does not respond to that. Romeo doesn't even dare to look at her directly. You can see out of the corner of his eyes that she looks dumbfounded. Takes a breath and opens his mouth again, hoping for a lightning strike, divine inspiration, or instant death. He isn't picky. Okay, I see you as a really strong person, okay? You have a big girly side, but you're also a really strong, independent person. Okay, I get the girly part, but what makes you think I'm strong? Well, just look at how you work with all your assignments and organization. Definitely could never deal with everything as well as you do. Ever. Oh, come on. Everyone has something they're good at. You do things I can't. It's pretty normal, you know? I know, but still. I'm not sure. Probably what attracts me to you the most. When he said that, Romeo tries to looking at Juliet just for a moment. Saw a twitch of a smile on her lips. Dared not even hope. He describes
it to his imagination instead. So, what's next then? To be honest, I don't know. I said this because I can't keep hiding it forever. I need to say it to you, even though I know it's impossible for me to ask you out, considering all the differences between us. Juliet pauses. Oh, of course. You don't need to say anything, though. I just need to get it out of my system. That's all I wanted to say. Well, okay then. Something else to do. You don't have anything more to say, right? Yes, no, that's all. Juliet nods and says goodbye, then quickly walks away. After Juliet leaves, Romeo lets out a heavy sigh. Good work there. One hell of a lot of old baggage I just let go, and a whole hell of a lot new baggage I just replaced it with. It's an interesting fact about our Romeo. During the whole conversation, he hadn't been able to keep himself from shaking. An old habit that he couldn't let go of. To his relief, he had been sitting during the whole conversation, so he could hide his tremor. Still, even though he feels intense relief after telling Juliet about his feelings, his hands are still trembling. He has to wait a couple of minutes before he could walk away himself. So now, Romeo's long-awaited, but ultimately useless confession. What's next for our Juliet and her Romeo? Funnily enough, neither she nor Romeo ever mentioned again, at least not to each other. Romeo did eventually tell some of his friends about his feelings for Juliet, but what about Juliet? Romeo didn't know anything about how she was coping with this revelation. Expected she'd probably told some of her friends as she told his, but that doesn't even matter, he tells himself. They're meant for each other anyways. Watching from the outside, nothing seems to change between them. Still talk about their classes, about their friends, about shows they've watched and books they've read, but they never mention again the time Romeo revealed his feelings to Juliet. At first, Romeo thought his confessing his feelings would mean letting go of a big boulder inside of his heart. As it turned out, only transformed the boulder into a restless rock monster asking for more. Eventually he realizes, letting Juliet know about his feelings isn't enough. He needs to have her. He wants to hold her tight. Just stare into his eyes and tell her he loves her to Pluto and back. I gotta say that's an odd choice. He wants to hear her say, I love you too. He wants to kiss her. He wants to run away with her to a place where no one cares about their differences and just sees them as a cute couple in love. He wants to do all good things in life together with her. And more than simply anything on this earth, he simply wants her. Feelings killing him. How could she be acting normally after that revelation? You mean his feelings mean nothing to her at all? The peak of his emotions come one day when our hero is falling asleep. Suddenly his body is drenched in sweat, heart beats too fast, and his thoughts only run to one thing. Juliet. He wants, nothing so prosaic. He needs Juliet. Doesn't care about anything else, about the traditions, about their families, about anything. Only one thing he needs to do tomorrow, and that is to confess his feelings again to Juliet. This time, however, and ask her out. If she feels the same way, ask her to just give it a try and fight the world together. Resolves that he's going to take a leap of faith, and it'll be the first thing he does next time they meet. To be continued.
Wow, that was a long one! Do you not know the meaning of short story? I feel like, oh, good lord. I mean, sure, that's shorter than most. The rest of them seem to be like poems that, just don't rhyme kind of length, but Jesus, you just turned that into like a mini novel. And this is part one! This is part one of who knows how many parts this is? Oh, God. Now I gotta get back into Bailey's voice. You know how hard it is to go from commentation to actually reading out to, like, going back into different voices?
So, what are you reading from me now?
I won't say.
Why?
That would break the charm.
The hell was that?
I guess I could say this much. Whatever I say or do to our customers, always related to what I'm getting from their body language.
Including our interaction now?
Including our interaction now.
Man. Now I see why you didn't want to share. Even that was enough to make me feel like I'm naked in front of you. By the way, I haven't ordered anything. What are you having tonight? Hot chocolate. With ginger and cinnamon. I heard that's a good drink for a bitter heart.
Huh? What now? Wait, hold on. Is this literally the thing that it's like, what they want is not what you should give them kind of thing. Like, I don't know.
So wait, you said you wanted a hot chocolate with ginger cinnamon? Is that what you said? Or was it cinnamon ginger? See, here's the thing. I need to know ginger and cinnamon. Ginger cinnamon. Okay. I mean, I suppose. What is this actually? Is this something? Oh, it is literally the bitter heart. Serve. Here you go. Did I already have that? I don't recall. Oh, I guess I did. Shadows that will help you try to hide, huh? Oh, dang it. I could have gave him the Choco BB Miracle thingy. You know, give him some love. I'd say the Galahad because it has a heart, but I don't really think that's for him. I do love the sugar and spice, though. Coffee, honey, cinnamon.
Probably if I ever had to actually order coffee, because I gotta say, not a coffee guy, but if I did get to order coffee similar to this, like actually not just from Starbucks, I would probably order that. No, that does not mean I want pumpkin spice lattes. You're a pretty romantic person, huh? Spending extra time decorating this drink. Only for special people and special drinks. Hey Marv, tell me about yourself. What do you want to know? Anything. How old are you? Old enough to open a coffee shop? Oh man. I guess I should say sorry for asking that. It's alright, but that's the only answer I could give. Now you're making me wonder. What should I ask next? Ooh, you're making me wonder what I should ask next. Hey, oh dear Lord, what's up with you? You don't seem so hot. Hey everyone. Hi there. Hi there. Hey. Why are you both looking at me like that? Freya, you look horrible. No, I don't. Yeah, you do. No, I don't. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to echo our dear barista. Yeah, you do. What happened? You'd be better asking what didn't happen, because the answer would be proper sleep and decent progress on my draft. You need a rest and miss my deadline? Hell no. Sorry, Baileys. I won't be able to keep you company, because I have to finish this thing. And for that, I need a new whole hell of a lot of espresso. You sure about that? You really should just rest. Got something to help you sleep? Espresso! Please. Baileys. God. You know what you gotta do? Where is it? Milk, cinnamon, honey? Glad I found this one. I'm gonna try it. You need some goddamn sleep. You need some sleep for real. So yeah, I mean, that's honestly, if I have to say, that's about my skin tone. Like, that's basically my skin tone in actuality. So, I could look like me. Skinnier version of me, but look like me. Here you go. Here you go. What the hell, dude? This isn't even coffee. Drink. But this isn't what drink. Okay. It's on the house. It better be. How was the meeting? Pretty good. I got a lot of good advice. But it also means things. And not a small number of them, mind you. Need to be rewritten. Oh? Oh. It's not that bad. Rewriting is part of the process. It's just that...
It's just... I'm going to my usual corner. Although, thanks to your drink, not sure whether I'll be able to stay awake or not. She looks horrible. She does, but don't worry about her. She'll finish it. This is the first time she acted like this. No. Well, this time, stakes are pretty high. So, what brings you here today?
You know, I keep thinking in my mind, like, man, I should have been able to serve every single specific type of drink at least once, so I could clear this out manually without actually having to do it, like, in separate time or anything like that. But thinking about it, I'd have access to a lot of ingredients the first day. If I get the things wrong, sure, I'd be able to get them, but honestly, I don't think you're necessarily supposed to be able to get every single recipe all throughout just one playthrough. Maybe you can, maybe, but I'm not sure.
I'm not even sure myself. I had no plan tonight, and this place just came to mind, out of the blue. I'll have to thank your subconscious then. I guess you should. Oh? You have another visitor? Oh. Well, hey there. Not sure whether I should thank it or not, though. Hi, Lua. Hi, Baileys.
Really? You're gonna do this now? Just kiss already!
How?
Oh. That's the first time I've seen somebody talk at the same time. That's how that looks.
You first. No, you first.
Good lord, you people!
I was going to ask, how are you doing? I'm fine, thanks. How about you? I'm good. Yeah. I think I need to order something first. Oh, of course. Go ahead. Hi, Marv. What are you having this evening, Miss Lua? Gingerbread coffee, please.
Do I have that one?
Oh, I do. Coffee, ginger, cinnamon.
How'd you know I had that? I didn't even know I had that. Serve us!
Man, I miss Neil.
No, here's the thing. I wouldn't miss Neil if the fact that I would not be able to see Neil again if I was to take that. Like, I prefer it like it is then. Here it is.
Thank you. My grandma used to make this drink for me. Reminds me so much of her. Reminds me of when I was growing up. With my family.
Seriously? We're doing this now? We're doing this now? We're doing this now. I guess we're doing this now.
How's work? It's going pretty okay. You?
I'm not taking any new jobs on at the moment. Because, well, you know.
Yeah, I get it. You have enough in your savings, right?
That's a very Lua thing to ask. But yeah, I do. Thanks to that last annoying job.
Went well in the end?
It kinda did. Paid me on time, at least. And the pay was amazing.
How long are you planning to take a break for?
I don't know. So my problems are settled, I guess.
Problems are those?
I'll tell you this. But don't tell anyone, okay?
Not even Marv, who's standing right in front of us?
I was like, let me just back away here. Neil, you got this? Yeah, you got this.
Not even Marv.
Okay, I'll close my ears, I promise. I'll put 2 things of cinnamon in and just go la 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 la. So there's this girl. Any story that starts off with, so there's this girl. I love how she immediately started smoking for this too. That's hilarious. So there's this girl. I love her. Going out for a few years, but I'm not really sure where we stand now.
How can you not be sure? We had an argument about a week ago. It wasn't anything new, but somehow things escalated uncontrollably. Why is that? I assume both of us were just tired. Knowing that we're fighting against centuries of tradition, we haven't really talked since our last fight. Leaving things unresolved is not a good idea. But I can't bring myself to start the conversation. Why? Even I'm not sure about that. Pride, maybe. Or tiredness. One of the two. Man, it looks weird when you're like, your head is turned to the left, but your body position still is the same. Honestly, it can't be that hard to flip the sprite, right? Also, the sprite is off slightly, and I never really bothered to talk about that before. I only noticed it after editing the sprite myself. His sprite's off. When he does that, especially, it looks really weird, but his sprite is actually off. If you notice, there's one, probably an actual 3x3 pixel size of his, what I assume, backpack that is above the actual table, while the backpack itself is behind the table. Or knowing that chances are we won't be able to find the best solution for everyone anyways. Baileys, I have a question. Go ahead. What do you think she's feeling right now? To be honest, I don't know. It's not like me, that's for sure. Thankfully. Why? At least it won't affect her professional life that much. Glad I'm a freelancer. Means I could just take a break from work without so many problems. I'm not a professional as her, you see. I think you're wrong. Really? If I were her, I'd find it difficult to live life as usual. I'd put on a lot of masks, just to hide the feelings I was going through. It sounds difficult, and uncomfortable. That it does! That it does. It is. But a friend told me once, gotta do what you gotta do. I think a lot of friends have told you that. Must be a pretty cool guy. He is. I'm glad he's such a cool dude. Was it me? What's next for us, Baileys? I don't know, Lua. I met some new people this week. Including that supermodel? You knew? That girl in the corner told me. Yeah, including that supermodel. I like how we immediately talk about the supermodel, but the way in which we mention them is like, oh, it's just this vampire supermodel who comes in here. I'm glad that somebody has enough faith in their relationship that you could just say, you know, I was talking to the supermodel in the coffee shop where we were during a break in our relationship after having a huge fight, and they're just like breeze over it so casually. They have to have a lot of faith and love in each other for that to just be like that, I gotta say. And I kind of like that touch at the same time, which is nice. And how does that make you feel? Like a fool. What? I said a lot of things that I've been trying to avoid thinking about. A lot of truths. He's a bit like you know. He is. He also has a voice kind of like you. Attitude-wise, you get along with him. Doubt it. Opposites attract, but similarity breeds contempt. Ever heard of that before? A lot. From a certain hipster elf. You'd call him a hipster elf? I guess. And after listening to that guy, what's your stance on, you know, us? I'm not sure, Baileys. What about you, yourself? Had any similar experiences this week? I have, in fact. In fact, who talked to him? Wasn't it the werewolf? I think the werewolf talked to him. So you had Hyde talk to her, you had Gala talk to him, and now we're all converging together. You met a vampire, and I met a werewolf. What are the odds? What are the odds indeed? I really want to just like step in and say, you know, those two are friends actually, so they know everything that's going on. What'd your werewolf say? Not much, to be honest. But he made a good point about importance of family. Baileys? I know I've been stubborn about you wanting to make peace with mine. And I know that's very important for you. But Freya said something that kinda hit me hard. What was that? It was just using you as an excuse to escape my family. I actually wanted to do that anyways. For myself. You know me, Baileys. I do. And you know how I feel uncomfortable with people leaving their families. Which makes me an asshole, I guess. I get why you think that way, Lua. Blood is thicker than water. What should we do? Lua? Yes, Baileys? Please let me leave my family. I'll try and get your family to accept me. That sounds like the easier thing to do after all. But you'll lose your immortality. You'll be an outcast among other elves. An outcast from a bunch of overly pretentious people? Sounds great. You'll live a long time. But you won't have the perfect health or perfect life that's the elven privilege. But it's not a perfect life without you. Aww. See, there we go! That's the smile I was looking for! What if our relationship doesn't last? You'll have lost everything. You'll blame me. Lua, I'd never blame you for anything. If we were talking about who I used to be, that guy would never have blamed himself. Or would have blamed himself. 100 reasons for why something failed, but never anything to do with him. That won't happen with us. You know why? Because I've learned so many things by being with you for 10 years. Made me a better person. So, you don't need to worry about any of that. Because right now, you're the most important part of my life. I don't need an immortal life. Because without you, wouldn't be a life worth living. Baileys, Aw, come here, you big love! I believe in you. Kiss, kiss, fall in love! What was that? Oh, love of my life! Oh, that's sweet. I like that. Lua? Baileys? I feel like we're living in a soap opera. Seems so. So, what's our plan? Tomorrow's Saturday, right? Going on a date? I'm going to my parents' place. Oh? Taking me with you, or... Not me, but like Baileys. And I want you to come. What? That's so sudden. Feels weird, man, that you haven't met, like, parents, you know, until now, don't you think? Did you already have plans for tomorrow? Well, no. It's just, not prepared to meet them. They'll be fine. You don't want to tell them about this first? It'll be alright. Well, never forbade you from dating other races. Not big fans of elves, that much is true. But you could prove them wrong. Okay. Could be a good first step. It is. It's set then. I don't know what'll happen tomorrow, but we can think about it. And anything else. Later. I'm with you on that. Yeah, I think I'm with you on that one too. So, that mean you don't mind me? I had my doubts, but now I'm sure. I could trust you. It took you 10 years to figure that out? I gotta be honest, this is a conversation I know probably avoided, but should have had a while ago. Though I guess after 10 years of trust, which you are just now forming, I guess it's better than... Thank you. Still staying at Farron's house? Yeah. You're staying with me tonight. Ooh! Huh? What about your roommate? She's away for the weekend. Taking a long weekend getaway until Sunday night.
Oh my god! You're roommates with Aqua? You're roommates with Aqua. Or you're roommates with Myrtle. One of the two. Oh my god. Ooh, you might be roommates with Myrtle. Oh my god, that'd be, oh. Ooh, I love the lore building and the world building and the story building with all this.
Fate is at our side, it seems. Hey, Marv. Yeah? We're leaving.
Well, don't say it like that, like you're so excited.
Thank you so much for keeping us up with us this past week.
It's been more than a week. This is, what, the 11th episode? Been a little more than a week.
Pleasure was mine.
No, it wasn't.
We're off then. See you.
Thank you for coming. And have a coffee day. Ah! Oh, wow, you seem much more refreshed.
That was pretty intense.
Oh, you're back in the real world?
I just pretend not to notice. They're like one of the main reasons why I'm writing a story. So I have to see their struggle through it till the end. It's important for the writing, you know?
That's cold. Come on.
What? It's not like that. It's just that... Yeah, that was cold. I'm sorry.
Look better than before, though. For now.
Can't tell how I feel until it's done. And I don't...
What's got you so surprised? They come back? Who was that? Oh, my werewolf! Gala! Whoa! Freya, get over here. This wolf? Is that him?
I think so.
Welcome, sir. I don't think it's time for welcomes!
Are you crazy? You can't treat a werewolf in a fury like a normal customer?
Trust me. He must have his reasons for coming here. You literally know the reason. Relax, sir.
Need anything? Something to calm you down, maybe?
Should I take that as a yes? Holy shit, I'm serving a werewolf. Quick, Galahad! Oh, fuck. Whoa! He doesn't let me! He doesn't let me! He doesn't let me look! Look at that! He will not let me look! Oh, that's great! I love that! So, I know what it is. I love that! Oh, I love that! It literally won't let you serve it! That's so good! It literally won't let you look. That's amazing! I love that! One Galahad, sir! Here's your... Ooh, Galahad a fit. You good? Oh, he left. What the hell? Is that really him? I'm seeing the reaction to the drink? 100%.
Well, whoever he is...
We're just... This place survived. Thankfully, yes. But I think I need to close up shop early. Don't want to cause any more ruckus. And I need to clean up some of the mess anyways.
Good idea.
Can you get back alright by yourself?
I'll manage.
Take care on your way back.
You be careful too.
See you tomorrow.
See you.
We're just not gonna say anything about that! Okay, like, what the? Wow, so, here's the thing. Oh man, I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed in you, Coffee Talk. I'm mad at you. You know why? You know darn well why. You should have let me see him transform back. Because you know that was the right one. You know that was the right one. Dang. Either way, we're going to have to end this episode here. Why they wouldn't show Galahad as, like, the drink there, well, I guess you can't because that, you know, spoil it a bit, I suppose. Though I would love to see what happens if I go back to that day and replay it, skip through all the text, skip, and then go straight to him having a fit, and then just, and then just see what happens if I serve him, like, milk. Just straight up serve a werewolf milk. So if you guys like this video, like, comment, subscribe down below. And we'll see you next time with more coffee talk. Peace.